Welcome back into the workshop for another update, following hard on the heels of the previous video. So what have we got here? Well, this is the next step in my dust collection efforts, and I've just been down and picked up these components to have a wee bit of a trial at putting in some hard ducting for the dust extractor. Rather than having to always connect up the dust collector via solid pipes or flexi pipes, tubing, if I do this correctly, it'll be like a lot of other people have done and have been doing for many years. I'm late to the party, but I also hadn't appreciated until about 5 days ago the benefit of hooking that thing up to that thing. I would have sworn and put money on the fact that it is not suited, but man, was I wrong. The benefits of having no dust being generated at all, 95+%, sometimes 100%, at that point, and especially that it's custom wood, MDF, this has really refocused my thinking around dust extraction in the workshop. And a little bit of effort now may well pay for me down the line a bit. So that's what I'm doing. So I popped off down to the local discount store and I bought all of this. I bought 2 3-meter lengths of 100mm ducting. It's actually well, it's got DWV, and I'm thinking whether it's, I would have said domestic water and ventilation. I don't know what the DWV means, in fact. I bought it as a sewer line. That's what I would have said it was. It's built to a New Zealand and Australian standards, the AS-NZS standard, 1260, if that's apparently right. But I normally refer and think of this as sewer pipe. Now, that may or may not be correct. I'm a builder, not a plumber or drain layer, but it probably is. So, accept any, I'm not saying it is or isn't, I'm just not too certain. Regardless, I bought those 2 3-meter lengths, some 45-degree ones. There's the 2 like there and one here. It's just a little bit different from that. And I've got a pan adapter, or a pan collar they called it. And I've got a Y junction there. And I've got this big puppy. All of these are 4-inch. This is a 6-inch to 4-inch. But I bought all of this for $65. So I can have a little bit of practice and not hurt the wallet at all. To buy that at the conventional outlet places, it's going to be a lot more. Just one of those fittings would be a lot more. So, I mean, all of the fittings are a lot more. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. I'd say that's, in some pricings, probably $65 for what I got there. It's less than half of what it would normally cost. Just saying. I don't have an account at a drain layer or plumber's merchants, and the local hardware store, which is a very good one. They charge accordingly. They're not cheap, not compared to that. So what I'm going to be doing is coupling these up in, of course, you've seen endless videos of it, and making use of these, which you don't see. These are the equivalent, you could say, of people that use magnetic couplers. Now, this permits a 90 or 100mm pipe to be inserted into it, and because it's rubber, it seals off perfectly. And you can have this as an outlet. It can also be blanked off, but this is an outlet, and you just put your pipes into it. So, like I've been doing forever. I've actually got the couplers there. That's an eccentric coupler on there, and there's another one down there somewhere. And what I do with those, in fact, I can show you, I can use these on this sort of pipe, and with a wee bit of a wriggle, it just hooks on there, perfect seal. And the beauty is, it comes off that easy. So this is just an eccentric one, so it has a more of a direct line rather than it's more centric, where this is eccentric, it's off center. So it has a little bit of an impediment because the dust has to, it's got more of an impediment than this one. So I've got that. May have made a mistake because that is a 100mm pipe fitting there. So it comes in here, goes straight into the pipe, but you can also get 90mm, because 90mm is what I use for like there when I'm running between my dust collector and my machine. But I'm doing that because I've got no other choice, and I run it out, and it can be a bit of a nuisance. So ideally I'm going to get rid of the machine out to another storage area, shed, directly on the back wall there, and have everything hook up to the pipe work that I've got, all the duct work that goes around the wall. So really handy. Pan adapter or pan collar, preferably just a normal one, not an eccentric one. Yeah, so these things, and in fact I'll just redo it there. Yeah. This has got this is a 45 degree, and it's internal external 45, so that pan adapter goes in there. You can see that if it's connected in or connected into a pipe of some description, that would be quite convenient. Just saying. And as I said, they can be blanked off. You simply need a 100mm cap, a small piece of ordinary 100mm pipe, cut a ring, put it in there, it's capped off, and it's sealed. Very, very easy, and especially easy if you can spend a few dollars wisely and get these sort of things to trial. If it doesn't work, not much of a penalty. Now this puppy, it's 6-inch. Yes, I know, to a 4-inch. That main spigot on the bottom of the actual impeller housing is 5-inch. So what I am contemplating is effectively making one of these up to this. Now I got this because it did actually transition down to 4-inch, but the idea being is if I can make a rubber ring that can be Jubilee clamped around here or something, and pointing at the camera, have a what we call butanol, which is a rubbery membrane. I've got some directly up there. I can make a cover for that, pointing a camera in the right direction, gee whiz, make a hole in there, and then my pipe work, my 5-inch, can go in there, and that can connect to the dust collector directly. Now, as I said, it's a reducer down to 100mm. I got that because it wasn't very expensive. I would have thought it would have been, but where I go, it's a local, quite a popular place, $20. And I'm thinking, geez, you can't complain about that. If that works, I can then connect this. I can get an elbow or 45 or whatever the other fittings, that's what I'm saying, and run 6-inch from the machine. So I keep the efficiency because I don't have any restrictions. It's a little bit oversized around the edge of the walls, and then only at the point required can I drop down to a 100 or a 90mm pipe. Have these on the ends blanked off, pull the cap out when necessary, pop in the appropriate pipe for the machine that I'm using, and then I've got my dust extractor. The thoughts being eventually to Yeah, getting dizzy. To come from that point along the wall, that's your main line. It's about 4 meters to there, 3 meters to about there. That's probably all I need. I could pop one of these in, and it can hook up, because generally my drill press is here, but it can hook up to the system, and I can pop a or whatever into this up to my drill press. Yay! Never had one of those before. It means that I can leave the main vacuum cleaner on the top part of the miter saw, which is still very, very necessary. In fact, it's the majority of the dust in some of the cuts. So that has to stay there. But now that I'm on this mission to make things more efficient, doing away with this particular type of separator, which causes a huge amount of restriction via, well, just the surface areas, and the, like choking it down for airflow, etc., and all the ribbed tube pipework. In fact, they're not bad, believe it or not. Inside it's actually quite smooth. It has, anyway, it's not cheap ones. And but anyway, all of that, hooking up to that, there's not much suck there, but there's a lot of suck at the point there. So I'm losing a lot of efficiency simply because of all those restrictions. Now, one of the things that popped up in the previous video that I mentioned is, why can't I think about having this part of the extractor come in and join in here? That might mean doing away with connecting to the vacuum system and work more directly off of the dust collection system. One pipe coming down here into the main pipe that's extracting from this plenum, and then from here into the pipework at the wall. Now the logic would be here, I'll just come over here, is that if I've got the dust collector and I put the pipework on here, it gives me a specific height to work to, off the floor, by having the appropriate fittings. If I can work what the heck that height is, that's the height of the pipe that goes around the wall, and I can just weld this up to it, connect it into it pretty much directly, almost hard, connect it by a hard pipe, and then I'm done. That's one thought. The other one was, of course, and as I've said many times in the different videos, pop this outside into another shed, which still means that I need to set up the pipework at a specific height that it will connect up, basically, with as little flexi pipe or as few joints as is possible. So that's what I'm going to be doing in the next few days, experimenting. This is what this is for, because this allows me to get some sort of connection into that system. So I can take that, as I showed before. Hang on, let's just give that. There you go, it's connected. It's as simple as that. And it's pretty much a perfect seal, because it is, well, put it this way. That seal is for your toilet. You will want a pretty much perfect seal when you're using one of those. So a wee bit of air, just saying, it's not a bad idea. It's not the best transition, because inside it'll be a bit lumpy, but in normal use that will be round the other way, and I'll have a hard connection to that. Anyway, you don't have to worry about that. I'm not too worried about it at this stage. I'm just chewing the fat sort of thing. But it would be nice to have a set height from the ground to connect into. That's all I'm saying. And it does have a little bit of wriggle room with the way you can move it around, and it still retains the seal. Yeah. And it hasn't cost a lot. And it's convenient. And you can pop down to the local merchants. You can pop down and get all of these parts I've got from a local plumber's merchant. You can go down and get them from a local hardware store. There's nothing about them that is specific to my country. I'm pretty certain you'll have... Well, it doesn't break. I'm pretty certain you'll have this or something similar to it available in your location. So there you go. That's food for thought, and it is food for a project for me. So I'm not going to do this immediately. I just went and got the parts, so I knew they were there to be able to be used as and when they, like my time permits. But yeah, $65 for all of that. Dirt cheap. Way less than half price of what it normally would cost. So, yippee. Okay, that's it. Better go do some work outside. It's actually quite a nice afternoon, so I'll make the most of it. Rightio, that's it. I'll see you in the next one now. Bye.